Letter to the passengers on planet Earth. Despite of all Earth's population to be apparently in a state of alert with the pandemic that is expanding around the globe, would like to remind you that you already have been aware of this challenging experience before incarnating to this life. Each one of you had enough information, explanations to describe the moment we're living right now. You are conscious about the importance of the existence from this unique moment in history. I know that you're already seeing too much on the news, explanations to describe the moment. Please allow me to give you another version of this experience that we are going through right now. This is from our point of view, the spiritual perspective. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Alex Bardonnie. I'm a member of a divine conscious group called Projeto Nova Luz, New Light Project, and currently we are working very hard on this transcending process in which the planet is experiencing right now. Previously, you've been briefly informed about the outcome of this situation by our brother Francisco Xavier, about these drastic changes that are occurring, and I'm here to give you more details about this process. Please understand this moment is an opportunity that was given to you because you poorly deserved. When we are in a spiritual dimension, we cannot have the feelings like you do on earth, such as pain, anger, suffering, insecurity, disease, and death. We have a complete understanding of it, but we cannot feel as you, human. I must confess that I felt in the past when I was incarnated in your plan. I know that you must be questioning how does so many low feelings can be a gift. The answer is very simple. There is not a bigger teaching in evolution than having real feelings. You have to have feelings to have real experience and knowledge. For us, sometimes being incarnated just for a few days can teach us lessons for an eternity. But concentrating on the actual reality, the moment we are passing through, I'm also adding myself to this fact because we're also going through an energy process here in our divine cosmos. And this is for a very clear reason. With the shift of consciousness happening in your plan right now, in a few decades ahead, your world will be way more connected to its spirituality, and to be exactly around 2150. But in order to get there, a huge step was given today. When we are living in our spiritual dimension, here where we are, there's no division of time from the present, past, or future. We only live in the now, the instant. This is all we've got. In the case that your society does not learn how to be present, it will be impossible to elevate to the next level, to create a stronger connection with the spiritual dimension. If you look back a few months ago, the world was living a fake reality, totally selfish, in relation to a spiritual experience. Nothing was real. Nothing was really experienced. Nothing was really learned. The real focus was to concentrate in the future, not in the present. The next weekend, the next event, the next holiday, your next material objective. In other words, 85% of the population, the majority, it was underusing the human experience. And for that reason, this pandemic occurred to give you a break to humanity that was living without a purpose, going from one place to the other with no direction, without destiny. After this previous introduction, I would like to tell you about our objectives. First of all, forget a little about the future achievements and place yourself in the now, since the moment requires that you live one day at a time. It's no longer possible to sacrifice today to project tomorrow. First of all, forget a little about the future achievements and place yourself in the now, since the moment requires that you live one day at a time. If you do not take care of yourselves, your loved ones, with a society not being concentrated on right now, being on the present, the future will simply not occur. We understand there is still a great and enormous division of wealth, and we know that even in case of illness, fortunate people will have better treatments. But we have managed to stop the greed, the superficial, the foolish vanity. Before, many insisted on being admired for enjoying exclusive social status or for obtaining unique possessions. But at the moment, these people realized that this is worthless to them. For our third point, almost always when we reincarnate, we bring karmatic situations from past lives to solve and evolve. Sometimes 4 or 5 incarnations passes, and the spirit simply perpetuates the same situation. The present moment serves precisely for intimate reform of each one of you. If your problem is focused in your family, it will be at the center of incarnation question to solve it right now. If your problem is greed or selfishness, you notice that your future can change at any time and that your wealth, in a matter of moments, will be worth very little. If your problem is addiction dependence, the time has come to choose to eradicate it or expose the health of those around you simply to obtain an ephemeral pleasure. In the case of people of little faith, within a few days, the void will consume them, and they will have an opportunity to seek for greater existential meaning. Fourth point, even if you are now at home, protected and healthy, it will be impossible to be totally happy and at peace. Always a feeling of sadness and not fullness will accompany you. This is the main reason for the whole process. Just so each one of you realize that it's not possible to be happy alone. You will realize that as long as a family has a sick person or someone goes hungry in some place of isolation, simply happiness will not be complete. And then the evidence that we are part of a larger plan will be crystalline, and the brightness of a star will never be greater than its constellation. And finally, we'd like to remind you about the lack of time. Each person who is born on Earth's plan has already a certain day for his transition. You have a finite time to evolve. This pandemic came in precisely to demonstrate this. We have to face our conflicts now, not the next month, the next year. Take advantage of this period for deep reflection and for the understanding of your existence. We all carry natural instincts, the common sense of right and wrong. Just allow yourself to use it. To the elderly who are transitioning, their deserved rest is assured. They are being very well welcomed here in the spiritual dimension, and their passage is greatly honored for precisely serving as an example for the lesson that the world is experiencing right now. So what shall we be expecting next? From our plans, in a case the evolution of the behavior on Earth is still the same, with a lot of love, bright energy, caring for each other, compassion and faith, the picture of the world's pandemic will be reversed from May 17 of this year. The doctors are finding the proper medication that will cure this disease. 1 month after this date, everyone will have a chance to be reborn. The planet will be under observation for another 180 days. In case all these experiences was not enough for the growth of the human race, to make them more kind and peaceful, a second pandemic wave will occur, stronger than the previous one, and you'll be allowed to simply establish this lesson We fully believe this reaction will not be necessary because of all expressions of love, kindness, and compassion that already have been manifested and evaluated. The human empathy that once reigned was gradually being diluted, and I would like to clarify in this message. The lesson chosen was a pandemic, not a war, precisely to avoid generating feelings of anger, division, and resentment. The fact that the contamination is global, not local, was to break any prejudice, race, social position, or nationality, showing the equality of all. If you have received this message, this is not for simply explanatory reasons. This is because you are being selected, called upon by love to help us. We need the vibration of humans to emanate all their energy of aid, clarification, and healing that they have to share in your dimension. You are important for us at this moment. You are our bridge to let all this energy to pass through this planet's change. All we ask for is once a day, just stay still in a quiet place. It can be your bed, and connect with us by thought. Remember this message and just realize that you are able to vibrate and give all the love energy you have to everyone who needs it. You can direct your love vibrations to whoever comes in your mind. By doing this, you'll be assisting the entire planet and be strengthening all of your spiritual reserves. We thank you for receiving this message. We know that you're not alone. I'm just one of thousands of mentors who met you on this journey. Stay with God. Alex Bardonnie.